that it's made up entirely of serving police officers. We work as a unit mostly in the city centre as a backup for special events, although we do perform normal patrols as well. One of the advantages, I think, of being in a police pipe band is that the men have an inbuilt sense of self-discipline. That's very important in a pipe band. Another thing is that we always get good attendances at practices. It's kind of hard to explain not turning up to a band practice when it's still part of your working day. I think the band owes much of its success over the last 10 years to Pipe Major Ian McClellan. The man has a genius for setting up a band. It's one thing having several highly respected solo pipers, but it's quite another thing altogether getting them to play as a band.
You would see the same time, the same part. It's like as if you were lagging behind the rest of them.
You got stuck at that point somewhere. I don't
see.
The judges will be looking for good intonation with clean fingering from the pipe corps, and drum beatings that are technically demanding but still complement the melody, and, most of all, a good clean introduction. If you don't get that right, you might as well forget it.
Many people thought when the unit was established that that might be a disadvantage actually of the unit, that the men were working together, playing together, and in many instances socialised together. But in fact it has proved to be the opposite. That I would say that's one of the strong features in the band. It really is that they almost have an inherent feeling of well-being for one another. They listen very carefully to one another. I've heard them on the competitive field encouraging one another, and they really do pull for one another in every respect. And I mean, the team effort is everything. There are a number of very good bands in Scotland at the present moment, Grade 1 bands, who have been very successful recently. I would say obviously Bob Holland Bathgate and Polkemmet, to name but two. There are a number of bands who are capable of doing very well on the day, and of course I don't think we simply can't ignore the threat from across the water, if you want to put it that way, the Simon Fraser University Pipe Band in particular.
Simon Fraser University Pipe Band has been in existence for 5 years. It's sponsored by the university, who has a long Scottish tradition, and so they wanted a sort of a flagship for the university, and they became our sponsors. And so it's been a successful relationship for the last 5 years. Quite a span of ages, anywhere from 15 to 50. some being students at the university and most working folk. And we have 2 girls in the band, which is a bit unusual for grade 1 competition bands. So we're quite proud of the mix, and they're all talented individuals. The climate actually is very similar to our own in Vancouver, very moist, and while wet climates aren't necessarily the best, or a wet day isn't the best for pipes, you just have to make a few adjustments and be here a few days in advance and play them and see how they're going to work, and we haven't found it to be too bad. We'd like to play on a sunny day, but if it can't be arranged, we'll just go with the flow.
Allen as a parade is important to the Scottish Police College. It's important to the Scottish Police in general because they are very proud of the pomp and ceremony which takes place in the Tullyallen College, and quite rightly so. And it really puts the tin lid on things that the music at such a ceremony can be provided by an exclusively police pipe band. So therefore it's important to the Strathclyde Police Force that our band has been selected from time to time to provide the music. As far as the men in the band are concerned, it's another parade. We take it in our stride and we just approach it with the same sense of professionalism with which we approach any other parade. However, on this occasion, coming 2 days before the World Pipe Band Championship, we certainly will make use of the occasion to practice and to play in front of an audience. This will suit one of the light blowers, you know. Save us one for Barry.
Do you have light blowers in the Strathclyde Police Band?
1 or 2, you have. We firmly believe in the old adage of blowing in a reed, as they call it, which means taking a reed which has a fair degree of wood left on it or cane left on it, and blowing that reed and blowing it, albeit that at the beginning it may not sound particularly tuneful to the ear, but blowing it until the reed matures, till the cane matures, and until eventually the resistance in the reed begins to break enough to make the reed comfortable to blow, and you are getting this sound which is a robust sound and which will not alter in pitch with the prevailing weather conditions.
Gail Brown up here practice today, and
Who?
Gail Brown. Did you?
Oh, we were playing at Tullyallen today, last out parade.
Oh. I wouldn't like to be in his band when he's putting his reeds in the band, because he prefers to pick them very, very heavy, where other people bands prefer to pick them a medium, and then when you go further down the ladder you maybe find them that some people like them weak. But again, when you go for the weaker type lead, then you're losing stability and duration of the lifetime of the reed, really.
A bad night last night, chaps. I was entertaining some of the Triumph Street boys last night. I'm not at my best.
I haven't played for 2 years now in the competing band. When we get to the end of our service, I've only got 6 months to go. Ian gives us a rest, and they get like old horses, you get put out to farm. Well, I think the band is sounding very good for its last rehearsal. It's got a good sound, which it can sustain from beginning to the end of the performances. That's most important. And it also has good control of what it's doing, what it's playing. It's controlling it well, and the boys seemed very relaxed considering the big days tomorrow.
Okay, lads, remember, make sure that you've tried the pipes out, give them a good pull through, and your drone reeds as well. And if you think you need to stock a chanter reed, put it in the stock, but if it's climbing a bit today, just leave it in your pipes. And have an early night, and I'll see you all tomorrow, spick and span, I hope. Okay? Right. You're dismissed.
Okay, guys. Right, you knew that they've switched the radio off. Where are we going for a bucket
What did you really think?
Aye, so we're nice and relaxed.
Went quite well today. I think most of the boys are pleased with it. If we can produce what we produced the other day, it'll be quite happy.
Early bed, home, have a bath, bed at 8 o'clock. That's me.
I think that anybody that beats us tomorrow is going to be doing very, very well indeed.
We've worked the past few weeks on major problems on the drums. They seem to, there's something's going on them every day, but they're sounding fine today, and hopefully they'll be all right tomorrow. They should hold on, you know. No problems.
So I was a wee bit worried when we started off today because the weather had changed considerably from yesterday, and it was a bit chilly initially. But when the sun came out, the pipes really started to sing then, and at the end there I was really quite happy with how we were playing. So pretty confident for tomorrow, as long as there are no hitches.
The various characters in the band, they get various names, and John Wilson, he has christened me the Prophet of Doom. Apparently I prophesy things that the rest don't like to hear at times. However, when we were over in Vancouver, somebody must have been telling the Simon Fraser boys about this, and we were together for a night, and a number of them came round and says, I believe you're the Prophet of Doom. I said, yes, I says, I am. And I'll prophesy some doom for you now. I says, you will be on first at the World Championship. And there was great laughter. But when they came across here, they have discovered they are on first. And I'm frightened to meet them now. I haven't met them since they came, so I think I'll be keeping out of the way. They'll be thinking there's some, as they say, un-American activities afoot here.
Saw the weather. What were your thoughts? Stay in bed.
They had a bad intro, quite a number of skirls, and the bottom hand, middle register notes were a bit fuzzy and skirling. All the signs of cold weather affecting the hands. The march was fairly well composed. The Strathclyde was probably the best part of the performance, and the reel was very unsettled, very lacked composure, and a lot of note errors in the reel. I don't think they'll be awful happy with that performance.
Well, this morning went very well, quite pleased with it. We've worked hard over the last fortnight, practising 13 nights out of the 14, but we're going really well today, and I hope we'll go as well in the afternoon.
I thought it was quite a nice performance, maybe a shady fast, but it was quite a good performance. The only thing criticism I could make of it, but for my taste, it was a shade on the fast side. But again, that's a matter of personal taste, and I think there was no flaws, no mistakes, and it should be in among them anyway.
I thought good intro, nice bright sound on a day like this where the weather's dampening down the sound a wee bit. I thought we had a nice bright sound, good run, nothing untoward. Quite pleased with it.
In a word, absolutely marvellous. Very good. Their usual immaculate self. But I wasn't on the pencil, you know. My fellow adjudicators would have something to say about that, you know. I'll leave it to their capable, ability.
Nerves are obviously at a peak in an occasion like this, and you hear slips. It may not be very prominent to the layman, but believe me, when you've been adjudicating all day and serve your apprenticeship, as it were, in lower grades, you can pick out the faults in the first grade just as easily.
Grade 1, page 35 in your programme. First, World Champions 1986, 237.5 points. The Royal Scottish Pipe Band Association Jubilee Trophy, Strathclyde Police. Programme number 18.